So today we will talk about stereoisomers. What are stereoisomers? But before getting to know that what are stereoisomers, you should know that what are isomers. So let's start with the basics, that what are isomers. So isomers have same molecular formula. Now what is molecular formula? Molecular formula shows us the actual number of atoms present in a compound. For example, I am having compound C6H6. This is actually benzene, so this is showing the actual number of atoms. So molecular formula shows us actual number of atoms. So isomers have same molecular formula, but they have different structure. Their structure is different. For example, CH3, this is ethyl alcohol. OH is coming, it means it is alcohol. We also know ethanol, we can also say this ethanol. We are having another compound which is CH3OCH3. Let's count the number of atoms here. Here we have 2 carbon, C2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here we have 6 hydrogen. How many oxygen we are having? We are having only 1 oxygen. So this is O1. Okay. Let's count over here. How many carbon we are having? We are having 2 carbon. How many hydrogen? We are having 6 hydrogen, 3, 3. And how many oxygen we are having? We are having 1 oxygen. So you can see over here that they have same molecular formula, but still their structure is different. This is known as ethanol, this is alcohol, and this is ether, ROR. So this is ether, this is alcohol, this is ethanol, but this is ether. So these both are like, they have same molecular formula, but still they have different structure, they have different functional groups. These both are different, very different from each other. They don't meet, like they don't have any similarities. This is alcohol and this is ether. So but still their molecular formula is same, but their structural formula is different. So they are known as isomers. I hope the concept of isomers is clear. Now we can talk about what are stereoisomers. So stereoisomers are also the type of isomers. So they have same molecular formula, they have same structural formula. So now you will ask that, now what's the difference? If they have same molecular formula, they have even the same structural formula. Like we have talked before that in isomers we are having same molecular formula, but the structural formula is different. So there is different in position. There is difference in positions. For example, I have a compound A, B, C, and I have D is here. Okay, and another compound A, B, C, and D is here. You can see A is bonded with B and B is bonded with C. Here A is bonded with B and B is bonded with C, and D and A have bond and and A have bond. So now what's the difference? The difference is in position. In this, D is here, and in this, D is here. So stereoisomers have same molecular formula, they have same structural formula, but their position is changed. Okay, now let's talk about asymmetric carbon. For example, I'm just drawing it, like it's not the actual compound, I'm just drawing it. For example, I'm having this compound. Okay, this is carbon 1. This is not actual, like I can't name this because I don't like actually know the name because this is just an example. There are different names depending upon the position of carbon, depending upon, like, we will talk this about this thing later on in this video. So as you know, this is carbon number 1, carbon 2, carbon 3 and carbon 4. All valencies are complete, right? 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4. Now, like, we have to get to know that what are asymmetric carbons. Okay, for example, carbon, hydrogen, this is H. This carbon is bonded with H, OH and OH. So this carbon is bonded with same atoms, like H is here, H is here, H is here. It is bonded with same atoms. So this is not asymmetric carbon, right? But if I'm making H, here you can see this carbon is bonded with H, this carbon bonded with carbon and hydrogen, like first is bonded, but this carbon is actually bonded with carbon, and this carbon is bonded with OH. It is actually bonded with O, and then O is bonded with H, and this is bonded with fluorine. So this is known as asymmetric carbon. Why it is known as asymmetric carbon? Because it is bonded with different atoms. A carbon which is bonded with different atoms, not similar atoms, like in this condition we are having similar atoms, hydrogen, 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 only this was changed, these both are same, so this is not asymmetric carbon. But in this condition we are having H, OH, CH3, F, so this is known as asymmetric carbon. Like, if you want to get to know that how many stereoisomers can be possible in any compound, so what you can do, that first of all you have to know that how many asymmetric carbons are there in the compound. For example, in glucose, let's talk about glucose. Formula is C6H12O6. There are 4 asymmetric carbons. Okay, now we are having formula 2N. Here N shows an asymmetric carbon. Look at this. It says asymmetric carbon. So N here shows asymmetric carbon. So in glucose we are having C6H12O6. I will be also showing the structure of glucose in my video. Glucose have 4 asymmetric carbons. We put 2N to 4. So when we will find the power, we'll get the answer 16. So there will be 16 stereoisomers of the glucose. You can, as you can imagine, like there are 16 stereoisomers of only the compound glucose. So now let's find that how we can find the asymmetric carbon. For example, I'm having a structure over here which I have drawn this before. C1, C2, C3, C4. This carbon and this carbon are not asymmetric carbon. They cannot be asymmetric carbon. Why? If you see here that it is joined with OH, H and H. Simply, so how it can be asymmetric carbon? Like it's joined with the similar atoms. But as you can see, the carbon number 2, it is joined with this whole compound. Down this compound, and this whole. So it can be asymmetric carbon. Number 1, we got it. Now number 3rd, now this is joined with OH. Now this whole, it is joined with this whole, this H and this whole, right? So this will be asymmetric carbon number 2. This will be carbon number 2. Like here in this 1 2 3 4, we are having 4 total carbons, so 2 will be asymmetric in this condition. So you will be wondering that why I haven't count this one carbon as asymmetric carbon. Why? This is hydrogen, but still you can see that carbon has double bond with oxygen, means it is bonded with oxygen 2 times. There is double bonding with oxygen. So how it can be asymmetric carbon? Asymmetric carbon means bonded with different atoms. So right, in this we are having two asymmetric carbons. And now if you want to find, I want to find that how many stereoisomers will be possible in this condition. So how many asymmetric carbons I have? I have two asymmetric carbons. I formula 2n. N shows asymmetric carbon. 2 it will, so 4. The total number of stereoisomers of this compound will be 4. I hope this is clear.